Hey AIESEC, my name is Ihejimba and I was the LCP for 22-23 term AIESEC in Calabar. I was also the LCVP for OGX 21-22 term for AIESEC in Calabar. Aside from that, I've also handled roles, OGX related roles, both as EST AIESEC in Moldova and as EST AIESEC in Rwanda in different years. Currently, I am on the EST as the GT manager for OGX AIESEC in Nigeria. Aside from OGX related roles, I have also managed other roles across other units, roles like legislative subcommittee chair roles, conference committee roles, amongst others. Currently, I am applying to be the next MCVP OGX for AIESEC in Nigeria. And my reason for applying for this role is pretty simple. I'm a firm believer of growth, process, and administration. I also believe firmly in giving back to the community that give to you. I'm applying for this role not just to better myself, but to also have a larger platform to impact the OGX world generally. I believe that OGX has a very wide potential and is capable of growing, right? And I am a firm believer that if I'm at the forefront of the affairs, then we would sure record positive growth. If selected as MCVP OGX for the 23-24 term, I'd wrap all my goals into three. One, to maximize the full potential of GT generally, both OGTA and OGTE, inclusive of VPP. And then secondly, to revitalize OGV. OGV has a wide potential and if properly managed can amass a large revenue for the entity considering the current structure of OGV. And then lastly, I'd try my best to get AIESEC in Nigeria up the radar in terms of ranking for Middle Eastern Africa. When I did my research, I realized that we are currently ranking 16 in operations in Middle Eastern Africa generally, and getting us to a single number that is 9 and below would be a great deal for me for my term. To achieve these set goals, I'll be needing set of strategies that are smart, right? So in that regards, my strategies that I'd be working with are research and analytics. I'd ensure that from the beginning of my term that I do proper research and have my findings after talking to the necessary persons that would guide me positively. And then after that, I'd go ahead to make sure that there is proper planning inclusion. If there's one thing I know I want to do, is I want to ensure that the LCs are fully involved in the process of planning, because I came to realize that if we want to amass large numbers, we have to actually include the LC throughout the planning process. And then after that, I'd go ahead to do the tracking and implementation, which is a process that will cut across all the LCs as well, and would go ahead after that to revisit our dashboard and be sure that we are getting things right. And if need be, we'll make changes to some plans that would need changes. These strategies are actually subject to changes depending on the situation of things when the time requires. Thank you. I also look forward to achieving this goal alongside the entire team if selected as MCVP for OGX 23-24 term. Thank you.